Hey everybody, it's Ken Compton hanging out with Coach William again today, and we are talking about the workshop and specifically the breakout sessions. Coach William, welcome.
Good to be here. I'm excited about these breakouts.
I love them too. Let me ask you this, Coach William, if you could be in front of real estate agents for 3 hours presenting tremendously valuable information, do you think you could get some new referral sources?
Just spent 3 hours yesterday doing that exact thing. Thank you.
Let's talk about it.
Sure. That was actually a CE class for the Greater Louisville Association of Realtors. I have a morning session and the afternoon session. I had the morning session, which consists of 3 hours. So I had 3 1-hour presentations that I've gotten approved for real estate agent CE. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, you are obviously the expert. You build relationships because it's usually a smaller group. So you're able to have that one-on-one. It's very relaxed, informal. We cut up, have a good time, and build relationships. I get a ton of new agents. I picked up 2 new agents out of that yesterday. So, and I'm sure there'll be more to call. You got to be careful not to be a salesman. You can sell, but do it tactfully because you're there for education. But yeah, and I know there are several other savvy members who have found this successful as well.
I'll tell you, William, in 97, when I started Southern Home, I said, if I can get in front of this group for 3 hours and present helpful information, I can win them over. Okay. And that's what I did. In Georgia, you had to be a real estate school. You couldn't teach under anybody else. So we jumped through all the hoops, became a real estate school for continuing education, and we did it. And it was a huge winner for us. I mean, there'd be months we get 50, 60 new referral sources. So it's been a very valuable thing. Now, are you teaching in the offices or are you teaching in somebody else's building? How's that work for you?
Yeah, great question. And that will depend on the state you're in. For example, in Kentucky, I can go right into the real estate office and do this. On the Indiana side, it has to be an off-site facility, cannot be in the real estate offices. Now, I do a ton of these in the real estate offices, but it's simply a lunch and learn. There's no CE credit given for it, which is still another fabulous thing to do. But that's the skinny on that. Legality, depending on your state, what you're allowed to do. Now, some of them, in Kentucky, for example, I can do it in-house, but that representative from the local association has to be there to issue their credits. Now, I know some of the other members don't have that. They are in their self set up as that provider, and they can, rent restaurants or do whatever they want to do. So, but it is a key thing to do. I don't see a one-man shop maybe jumping on this so hard as I would a multi-firm.
Right. We've got strategies that we'll be teaching at the workshop that will keep everybody's schedule full regardless of where you are in the business market cycle. If you're a multi-inspector firm, we've got those things. If you're a one-man shop, we've got those things. If you're newer in the business, we've got those things. But CE is really something that more of the multi-inspector firms use. But I'm going to tell you, what a fabulous tool. What a fabulous tool. And I always try to be fun and funny. I never take myself seriously when I'm out doing this stuff. But I would always say, anybody here from the Georgia Real Estate Commission, and I'd be looking around the room like, are you? Oh, who is it? And because we issued our own certificates and all on behalf of the state, and they'd say, no. And I said, well, how about spending the first 15 minutes on a great marketing tip? And so then they said, they're like, oh, we're in. So then I would share a cool marketing tip that they could take back and implement in their real estate business that afternoon. Okay, so that got us started off on a beautiful relationship, even if they didn't know me. They didn't look at me like, oh my God, here's the home inspector. So it worked very well. It did. And I will tell you, we got so many new referral sources from it. I can't tell you. People had fun. We always had some food, and whether it was breakfast, we'd bring a little nice thing. We have marketing reps. They bring it. I didn't really bring it, but I'd show up there and do the presentation. And it was a great thing. It was a fabulous way to get new referral sources.
Right. I agree. And just to be clear on that, when I'm talking about the multi-inspector firm versus the one-man shop, I think the lunch and learns and sponsoring presentations in offices, office events, that kind of thing, of course, is critical even for a one-man shop. But when you get into the CE part of it, it's time consuming. There's a lot of hoops to jump through. And I just see that more of a multi-inspector venue, if you will. But not that I wouldn't do it as a one-man shop. I just think makes more sense as a multi-firm. But yeah, these lunch and learns, the presentations you can get involved in. It's been for us has been one of the strongest strategies to help build those relationships. I mean, when you have agents start calling you because they're on site somewhere showing a home and they see something they have a question about, you're the one that they call. That is obviously paid off for you. You are the obvious expert. You're the one they're going to touch base with. So, and I've even gotten calls going behind other inspectors that they're questioning. And I know that's just because I'm the one up there presenting. Nobody else in my area, anyway, is out there doing this, other home inspectors.
Right. And at the breakout session, what we're going to show you how to do is how to get those seats filled, because that's one of the most difficult things, is getting an audience. Because once you got the audience, you can give them the wow factor. But getting butts in those seats is going to be one of the big things.
I agree. And, from past experience that we've even teamed up with some of the brokers to help make that happen for their benefit and ours.
Right. And how about if we can show you in the breakout session how to have others pay for all the expenses?
That's a beautiful thing.
It's one of my favorite things. I'll present, you pay.
Yeah. You're right. The first thing you do when you're asked to sponsor is start looking for sponsors.
Exactly. So in this breakout session, this is one that if you're brand new in the business, you're a one-man shop, a couple years, this probably isn't one that you're going to want to attend. But if you're a multi-inspector firm, then what happens is this will be beautiful, because we're going to get into the strategies on how to promote, how to pick a venue or location, how to get others to pay for it, what to present, that kind of thing. So this was a little bit more of an advanced strategy. So if you're a smaller firm, or you're newer in the business, select one of these other business builders. But if you're a multi-inspector firm and you're not doing CEs today, you need to be in this. This would be one of them I wouldn't miss for love nor money.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, what's really cool is learning the strategies that will open those doors for you, because just sending an email doesn't get it. Sometimes you are avoided. Trying to get your foot in that door is critical, and we got some really cool strategies to make that happen.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be an awesome one.